Hey guys, thanks for joining today's session. In today's session, we are going to cover how you can use different types of all functions in DAX. We are going to go through all the different types of all functions, and also we will see how to use these different types of all functions in real life example so that you know exactly when you should be using them. The all function has a few cousins in the DAX language, which includes all selected, all except. These functions do little different than the all functions. It be the functionality of these functions slightly different from all functions, but they also operate as both table functions and filter modifiers inside calculate functions. Hope all of you remember the calculate functions. Using calculate function, we can modify the filter context. That is what we discussed. So what I will do is I just go ahead and create measures, create various measures in order to demonstrate how all these functions are helpful. With this, you will be able to understand very clearly the difference between the different types of this. So look here I have created a visual wherein I just selected the category. Next, what I do is I just select the sales amount. I'll just check mark this one. So now what happened? So in this case, there are two evaluation context in Power BI: filter context and row context. Evaluation of each DAX expressions happens inside a context. This is what I discussed in the past session. In simple term, understanding a filters context is, for example, when we added a category variable to this visual, it filters the sales data table by each category and then calculate the sum of sales. For each category, what is the total sales? That is what we can see it here. So what I am going to do is I am going to create a simple measure. So to create a measure, the best practice is just on the right side of the table, you can see three dots. When you click on this, you will find new measure. What I do is, before I start creating the measure, first we will create a table wherein we can store all the measures whatever we created as part of this demo. Okay, that is the best practice, so that later point in time, if you want to refer what all the measures that we created, it will be very easier for you to refer. So what I will do is I just click on, I just go here. I just click on enter data here. I just to make it a very simple one, and then I just load this one. Okay, a table got created. One second, let me just do little bit housekeeping. I just clean the tables that I don't use it for this demo from this model. The next one is, this is the table that we are going to use it to create all our measures. So what I do is I just go here and open it one more time. Sales measures. Okay, so I just rename it as measures, that's kind of a column name. So next what I do is I just go here. Now I am going to create a simple measure. Total sales amount, sum of sales amount from this column table. So this is the one I am going to assign it to new table. Instead of sales data, I am going to assign it to the sales measures table. So that later point in time, if you want to refer which all measures, how many measures we created, you can go here, look here. So now you can see it here. So what I do is, this is the column name. When we created the table first time, this is the column name, right? So it got created a column name. What I do is I just go and delete from this model, because I just want to hold only this table should hold only the measures. Fine. If you look at the icon, when I removed that column from this table, automatically the icon becomes table to the calculate, right? So measure, this is measure table. With this we can understand this is for measure table. Okay, this we can use this one to keep all our measures as part of this table. So next what we will do is, we will create another measure, right? So that in that measure, what we will do is, we are going to calculate the percentages. So one of the common use case in any data analytics or business intelligence project is computing the percentages. For example, if you want to find out of all these for each category, so what is the sales contribution by each category? If you wanted to understand that one, you need to divide each sales amount to the total sales amount, so that we can find out the percentage contribution by each category. So in order to do that, we are going to create another measure in Excel to perform the calculation, especially the percentages. It is very simple. In Excel, what it is, we create additional cell. In that cell, we divide each sales amount by total amount in order to get the percentage of contribution of each category. When it comes to Power BI, it is not that easier. So in that case, what we need to do is, we need to create few measures. Okay, I'll just show you. After creating the measure, I'll explain you how to compute or calculate the percentages. I'm going to create a new measure. So I'm going to specify, I'm going to use the calculate function here. Here I'm going to use the measure which we already created. So total sales amount. I don't want to use sum function to perform the total sales amount, because we already use the sum function to compute the total sales amount as part of this measure. Hence, I just reuse this measure. It is always a best practice to reuse the measure wherever it is appropriate. So in this case, already we have computed the total sales amount in this measure. I'm going to reuse this one. Here what I do is, the next one is, I'm going to use all function. What I do is, I just make this measure also as part of my sales measures table. Now I selected from the home table, I selected sales measure. So now I moved this measure from my sales data to this one, so that all the measures whatever we created, which will be available as per the sales measures table. In single place, if you wanted to refer all the measures that you created in the later point in time, it is pretty much helpful. So now this is also we created it. Now the question is, we have used calculate function. Here we have used the total sales amount measure. We use the total sales amount measure, and then I used all function. So this all function removes all the filters. It removes all the filters on this table. You can use any column, category, or you have product name. Likewise, if you have any columns that are there as per the sales data, it will remove all the filters. It will remove the filters on all the columns. The next what I do is I just create another measure to compute the percentages. I just go ahead here and I'm going to create another measure. So percent sales here also I'm going to use the same thing, but here I'm going to use divide. All total sales. We have already created another measure, all total sales amount. So in this measure, you just remember that we have applied all function on the sales data table, which means we are asking the DAX to remove any filter on this table. Okay, anyhow, when I drag and drop this as part of this visual, I'll explain you. You will be able to understand how this one works. Okay. Next, what I am doing is in this measure, I divide the total sales amount by this one. Okay, the all total sales amount measure. So this is the one doing. So in this case, the denominator of the ratio needs to ignore the existing filter context for calculating the grand total. In simple term, right, we need all the categories total. Okay, that is what we are doing it. Let us see what happens. We are done with this. So this one I need to move it to this one. Ideally I should have moved it here. Now I do it. Or let me just simply type, say 1 second, let me just here I just select this one. I just made it part of sales measures table. Now we have created 3 measures. I just select this one, all total sales. When you look at this column, all total sales amount, we can see that the overall sales amount, overall total sales amount got repeated across the rows. The next one is Now the question is, what is the use of this all total? Supposing if I ask you what is the percentage of sales that we made in category against all of the data, the only way to do is dividing the sales amount, each sales amount to the total. For example, in this row, 400 over 6546.51, which will give you about the percentage, some percentage. In order to do that, in Excel, we can do it in a very simple way, whereas when it comes to Power BI, you cannot do it that easily. So in that case, what we need to do is we apply filter on the all function. Sorry, we are removing the filters on the category column so that the total value, overall total value will get repeated across the rows. So now it is pretty simple. So if you divide each sales amount to this total sales, since it repeats for all the rows, it is pretty easier to calculate the percentage calculations. So now what I do is I just select the percentage sales measure here. Now we are able to see the percentage calculation done by this measure. So here 400 over this one, it gives us 0.06. Similarly 598.31 over this one is this one. So hope you understood with this example now why we need all total. So next one is, now with this example you understood why we need all function. You can apply all function, or you can remove the filter on the entire table, or if you want to remove the filter only on a specific column, that is also possible. I just go ahead and I'll show you. Instead of the table, you can specify the column name. Since we are removing the filter on the category column, still it will show the same value only. Fine. Next, let us understand the all except function. I'll just go to my PowerPoint and I'll explain you what is the all selected. We will see what is all selected function. It removes the context filters from columns and rows in the current query while retaining all other context filters or explicit filters. There is another scenario where you wanted to see only for the, you want to see only the dairy and dairy products. For example, I just created a slicer. I'm going to use category here. In this case, I'm going to use only the dairy and dairy product. Let's see if I select these two values, what happens. The all total sales amount column, still it remains intact. It remains as it is. There are no changes. So it is not changing. The value is not changing here. I'm going to create another measure to understand all the functionality of the all selected function. So what I do is I just go here and select this one, new measure. Here I'm going to use the same function. Oh, 1 second. I just do one thing. All selected. As you can see here, in the denominator, we have used all selected to remove the filter on the category column. In simple term, it filtered the category column in the sales underscore data table on the selected column category. So that is what we are doing it here. On a selected column, we are doing it. Now I am going to create another measure to compute the percentage sales. So here I am going to say, I just copy paste it. and I'm going to create a new measure. So here I'm going to say total sales amount and the all selected sales amount. All selected sales amount, we are going to use it. So now this one got created. So I just clear this slicer and I just drag and drop this one, all selected. Okay, I just created it there. I just include this one also as part of this measure, sorry, this table visual. When you look at this now, both of them are same. When I apply the filter using this slicer on this table, let us see what happens. I'm going to select dairy and dry fruits. So when after applying this filter on this table, the behavior of the all selected function got changed now. So you can see it very clearly. This all function, it removed the external filters applied on this table. It still remains the same thing. It shows the overall total. Though we selected only these two categories, it shows us the total sales amount for the selected as well as the unselected categories. So it repeats the same value, but in the case of all selected, it repeats the total sales amount for only for the visual categories. So currently we can see these two categories are visible. So for these two categories, the total sales is 3253. So in the case of all selected, so we can see that the same value, the total sales value for this visible category only, it repeats. This is for overall total sales. This includes unselected and selected categories, whereas here this total amounts reflects only for these two categories that we selected it. So there are situations you wanted to understand what is the percentage of the revenue contributed by contributed by by these two categories.